On today's episode, we are starting our project track car with our Mazda MX5 NC. Hi guys, let's get the project MX5 track car started. We're going to be taking a baseline for Martin to see what kind of items we need to improve on. So let's take a quick look. We're starting with the brakes and making sure that everything is looking good, and we're going to move on to the suspension. So let's take a quick look what we validated. Brake purge reference lines were just installed. They're brand new, no cuts, no leaks, kinks or anything. Calipers are nice and secure. We do have brand new pads on it, lining, so that brand new EBCs on that sucker. Brand new Moto 600 fluid, as well as we didn't remove any shields or we don't have any cooling ducts. That's for future. Now we're taking a look at the suspension. We're looking at the shocks to assure, or showing us that we have some leakage right there, and the shock is quite due oil, so there's some definitely they'll get replaced later. When we do the full suspension update, we're checking out the bushings to see how much plaque there. This one is definitely showing us that there's some cracks inside of it. Not sure you should. I'll show another video where we do measure all the sides for plaque and see how much each side it does. And definitely there's some plaque in this uh, bushing, so that'll need to get replaced after. Um, once we do the full track setup, but let's first take a baseline. Still not bad, and everything's looking good. You can see the EBC yellows installed, and we're just going back checking out boots, everything out, making sure there's no cracks. So let's move on to the front now of the car. We do still haven't installed the new brake pads. They're coming in. We'll show another video on that, and the installation of the front brakes with EBC yellows. They just didn't come in time, but again, we're just doing a quick inspection here. Well, we could see the suspension is looking pretty good, and not major. The boot is kind of torn apart. We're just checking out to see if there's anything major outstanding. The toe is looking good. Everything is seems to be pretty in order shape, so we're pretty happy on the front side. Doesn't seem to be any no cracks for that, but it's just getting old age is deterring it. But again, that'll get replaced with something more modern suspension. So let's continue on. Let's see what else. Just checking out the control arms for now and making sure everything's looking good. Brake lines are installed. They look nice and no kinks, no anything. But yeah, looking good overall. Car is still doing pretty good. Now we're going to go to the opposite side, to the passenger side, and take a look at it over here. Noticing there's a small lip edge there. The rollers do seem to have a little weird manufacturing defect, but it's very minor. It doesn't seem to be it's gonna hurt us on the track or anything. It's just a weird little line in the middle of the rotor. But just checking over here at all the suspension components again, just trying to find any cracks, oil leakage. We can notice the boot is again on this side the same thing as the driver's side. The boot is getting split apart. A little bit of oil is starting to come out. The car is a little bit old and has over 140,000 miles, so noticeable this should be wear and tear, just generic. But again, will get replaced with some much better quality suspension in the future. But first, so we couldn't really find anything besides here on the front. The front suspension looked actually pretty solid. Most of the issues that were found were in the rear, and we're gonna move on to now the rear side to take a better look from the passenger rear. Here these are the old brake lines just showing here. We do have all new stainless steel brake lines installed with in the back you see the EBC yellows installed. We're looking at all the control arms and bushings. Again, lots of oil. You can see dust again collected there, so there's some leakage happening. We'll get that replaced. Um, there's rotors look great, fine, in great shape. One of the things, the bushings all on this on the back here are actually do need some little bit of maintenance and getting replaced. So we'll do that in the future once we do the full suspension upgrade. But overall, the car has a pretty stable line. Trying to just making sure when you do look at it, inspect it from all going forward. Yeah, we'll show in another video how to inspect it a little better with a plug. We'll focus with the crowbar. So, but this is a quick kind of check to see if there's anything obvious or not. It was a very hot day in California, so we didn't want to spend too much. Just get a good baseline. Just to recap, the suspension looked pretty good overall. I believe everything passed pretty decently. We do get some work in the shock and a little bit on the bushings sides to replace, but that's for future. So going, and now we're going to move forward to the engine compartment. We're going to pop the hood and
low on the left there.
See if we can find anything there. So let's take a look. I am stuck trying to actually find the lever in this car. Oh, there we go. I think I finally got it opened. So let's check in the shifter. The shifter definitely seems to be greased out, so you know, Mazdas have the big issue of the shifters, and so we'll take a look at that. And let's get it put up. It's not
Right.
my daily, so Martin's car, so we're definitely gonna have some fun with Martin's, and we'll also get my car going to back on the track as well. Just generally see if there's any oil leakage here, trying to inspect any lines, anything cracked, mount, try to find engine mounts to make sure they're not cracked and everything's secure. Seems to be pretty good. Car's pretty overall clean. Definitely that coolant reservoir needs to get replaced to a stainless steel one. That is a big failure with the Mazdas. That needs to, we're just checking to make sure the battery's secure, there's no acid, anything. Just like mine, you know, these batteries go pretty quickly if you don't drive the cars daily. So going through, everything seems to be looking so far pretty good. I keep switching into scroll by mode on the flashlight, but it's everything's looking good. Just checking to see if there's any cracks anywhere, and then we're going to go into the next side to look at the belts. Right now we're trying to see the accessory belts, if there are anything cracked. That's all looking good, great shape, so doesn't seem to anything. All the hoses seem to be reasonable. In the future they should get replaced with something more newer. They are a little bit old age, so when the rad gets replaced with the better reservoir, that should, all the hoses at the same time will get replaced. I can't find any leaks or anywhere. The car is very, very clean, very good. Air filter definitely should get replaced before track. It's just a bit dirty. Everything else looks, again, engine could use a little wash, but you know, don't need to at this point. So I think the car overall is in good shape, and we couldn't really find, so all we're missing is to get a good track the car at a quick budget. Is just to get a roll bar, and that depending on the clubs, a lot of clubs might not let you in without it. Making sure you guys also do, when you're looking, check your fluids levels, making sure you here we're just checking the brake fluid. It is brand new. It was it's more than 600 in there, as well as, you know, do your differential oils, do your transmission oils, and do your engine oils before the season of the track. Get that first, and then every couple track days try to replace them based on your car and over the other guys with the cars are doing. So we'll get into our checklist in a second. So we'll go through all of them and making sure everything seems to be pretty good, and the car looks in good shape. So Martin's excited to get the car on the road. We are missing the front pads, but that's coming in. We have another video already recorded with that installations of the front. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to try to take this car through its journey, how and show how it performs on the track, all the modifications we're going to make, and it's going to be a good fun track toy.
Yeah.
It is on a budget, so we're keeping it, and we'll try to post all the costs on the budget shortly. Please put some comments what you guys think we should do next to the car. What are the important things to look out in the Mazda MX model,
Alright, I think we
the
got some wheels
MX5,
on and get this on the road.
making sure what do you guys like and didn't like in the video, and let me know more. I know when we record we use the wrong mic setting, so most of them we are recording it. So the engine and drivetrain look spectacular, and the car is in great shape. The only comment is the air filter could be replaced to a new one, and we could look into upgrading the cooling system, but everything else passed basic tech inspection for the track. So please ensure to like and comment at the bottom and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and see you in the next episode.